190 people a day overdose and die every single day in the United States of America. Not just drug addicts, uncles, friends. Almost every person in this room has lost a friend, family member.
A bit of a different one for this video. The musician known as Jelly Roll gave a rather powerful testimony before the Senate on the fentanyl problem in America, where I think he highlights multiple points that need addressed, as he speaks on it from a completely nonpartisan tone, which is refreshing to hear, as he's someone who truly just cares about the issue, and that's clear in his words. We'll start with him giving some statistics, and I'll jump in for context.
I was speaking outside to the media, and I gave him a statistic that said 190 people a day overdose and die every single day in the United States of America. That is about a 737 plane. That's what about a 737 aircraft can carry. Could you imagine the national media attention it would get if they were reporting that a plane was crashing every single day and killing 190 people? But because it's 190 drug addicts, we don't feel that way. Because America has been known to bully and shame drug addicts, instead of dealing and trying to understand what the actual root of the problem is with that. But the sad news is that that narrative is changing too, because the statistics say that in all likelihood, almost every person in this room has lost a friend, family member, or colleague to the disease known as addiction.
So actually in 2021, 80,411 people died from a drug overdose contributed to opioids. And when calculated, that's actually closer to 220 people a day dying, not 190. 66% of which can be attributed directly to fentanyl, of which made up more deaths than gun and car deaths combined. But because they're addicts and people who have a stigma attached to them, nothing is done about it. When gun deaths spike, we get gun reform. If a plane crashed, a plane would get remodeled. When addicts overdose, they get sent to jail and then put back on the streets if they were lucky enough to live. Rehabilitation and therapy can reduce drug use by over 50% when completed. It's just about incentivizing the completion.
Not just drug addicts, uncles, friends, cousins, normal people. Some people that just got in a car wreck and started taking a pain pill to manage it. One thing led to the other. And how fast it spirals out of control, I don't think people truly understand. It is time for us to be proactive and not reactive. We were reactive with crack, we were reactive with opioids, and y'all are taking the first step at somebody in Senate finally being proactive. I truly believe in my heart that this bill will stop the supply and can help stop the supply of fentanyl. But in part of being proactive, gentlemen and women and ladies, I have to be frank and tell y'all that if we don't talk to the other side of Capitol Hill and stop the demand, we are going to spin our tires in the mud.
These are humans. Fathers, friends, people who deserve love, and that's the first thing to remember. The second thing to remember is not to repeat our mistakes. The war on drugs failed, stigmatizing its use is clearly the worst thing you can do, and making punishment more likely than rehab for the use of drugs is another mistake. It's time that we learn from our past, and just like Jelly Roll said, be proactive in trying to help people and end this epidemic, rather than just reacting to it when it happens, before more innocent people, more fathers, more sons, more daughters, more wives need to lose their life to something that we could have helped, something we could have ended if we cared enough. If you enjoyed this video, we're Social Society. We're a commentary channel influenced by politics, society, and the economy. We are pretty left-leaning on this channel, but we're open to our right-wingers as well. The biggest thing here is having conversations that get everyone to the bottom of truth. If that sounds like something that could interest you, consider smashing that subscribe button, leaving us a like, or even commenting on this video, because the only way we become a society is together.